Chicago Hockey Radio post-game show edition. Justin Lynch, Tassos Kirkos. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you are new here. Follow us on Instagram at Chicago Hockey Radio and leave a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Hawks win. It's been a few weeks since we've been able to say that. Hawks win 7-4 over the Philadelphia Flyers. No, we are not doing drawstring bags today, so the post-game show is on time. It looked like it was going to rain a little bit. The rain is like kind of stopped now, but it was raining for the whole portion of the game. So Lee and I were not going to go stand out in the rain. Hawks win, dude. I was thinking about this, and maybe we could start because I've seen some, everybody's hyped. I'm hyped right now. This is great. Not the best game. Like it was close. It was definitely like, I don't want to say it was the best game of the year, but it was definitely like a top five, top three.
It's up there for sure. I mean, look, the actual hockey game itself, like it wasn't really a good hockey game because like these are two bad teams playing each other, and they tend to create these like chaotic games. But from the Blackhawks' perspective, yes, like this is a game they desperately needed. You break a 7-game losing streak with 7 goals on the board. I think 7 Hawks had multi-point games. I think they saw Ben Johnson in attendance, the Bears coach. They're like, well, we got to score a touchdown for him, right? Show how it's done. Hopefully we'll see a few of those next season for the Bears. But no, I think for the Hawks, definitely a game they needed. Love to see it. And definitely one they desperately needed for sure, just with the way things have been going lately, the morale being down, needed a victory, right, to kind of raise these guys' spirits a little bit for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was talking when Lee and I were doing the post game yesterday, like they needed this one. Like they needed this one. Otherwise,
it's the best day ever too.
Yeah,
right?
You can't lose on best day ever game. You can't.
Yeah, you can't make it the worst day ever. Like all these kids in attendance, right? I think over 20,000 strong in the UC. The place was bumping. You got to set a good example there, man. You got to grow the game there. So yeah, good win. 7-4 victory against the Flyers too. Always good to beat the Flyers. I mean, they're not really a rivalry per se, but it's like I always think of them as a rival just because of the 2010 Cup days, and that team that's been around this league for a while too. So always good to beat them. And Bedard Michkov too. I thought he stood up well. Obviously they took that first matchup with that Michkov OT winner in November. Wasn't very happy after that one. So good to see you get a response here and even up that matchup for sure. Yeah.
Like we've seen a couple of those with like the Bedard Celebrini, like didn't really live up to anything. Celebrini
did not live up to the hype.
Yeah, no. Celebrini had like the 1 assist to Will Smith, and that was like kind of it. And Bedard didn't really do much. Today actually kind of felt like a little bit of something more, you know what I mean? Like it felt like the Bedard Michkov thing. They both have 2 points. Michkov takes those dumb penalties in the second period, gets the, Hawks on a 5-on-3, which was snapping it around. Like that was maybe one of the best power plays the Hawks have had this whole season. But yeah, man, no, that actually felt like the two of them, I don't know, like they weren't like going at each other at all, but it was definitely like, okay, these are 2 young, preeminent stars in the National Hockey League. Like this is part of the future of the NHL.
Yeah, I mean, everybody always hypes up Bedard Celebrini, but it's like, I think it's really going to be Bedard Michkov. I know it's different conferences there, but it's like same draft class there. And I think people kind of forget about the hype around that. I remember going into that draft, it was like, you want one of Bedard or Michkov, right? You got this generational Canadian, could be the next Crosby. You got this Russian goal scorer, could be the next Ovi. I'm not saying they're going to be that, but it's like, it could be that type of rivalry. And they definitely appear to have like that kind of friendly rivalry going with each other. I know they text and talk to each other. Bedard's always been open to Michkov too. It's like if you're ever around, like, you have a home here. So it's really nice because Michkov obviously, he's dealt with a lot of things in his personal life. So definitely a good game between the two of them today. Both had 2 points, but I thought Bedard had the better game because Michkov did have a couple bad penalties as you referenced there. And besides the 2 points, I thought this was a very complete game for Bedard as well. And just an absolute snipe job too. Like, I mean, that's 3 straight home games he scored a goal now. So good to see him heating up here. Bedsy loves playing at home. You love to see it. Yeah.
Bedard Michkov comparisons through their rookie season. Michkov, 2 points, hit the 50-point plateau, 20 goals, 30 assists, 50 points in 70 games. Connor Bedard in 68 games last year had 22 goals, 39 assists for 61 points. So, having definitely a better first season, although I will say it's probably not the greatest thing in the whole world for a rookie to be playing under John Tortorella, getting healthy scratch from time to time, playing fourth line. Dude, the Flyers power play hasn't scored a goal in like a month, apparently.
Is that right? Yeah. That is shocking. Yeah, I always say, yeah, like Torts' system, like I don't really think of Michkov and Torts. I always think there's a little bit of a disconnect there. It's like maybe it's not there. I know he's a big fan of the kid, but it's like he has been scratched a few times this year. He's not been afraid to do that. So just the way he plays, like in a Torts system, you better be a responsible player, right? So it's if you're just cherry picking for cookies, he's not gonna love that. Yeah.
He's gonna no, that's an understatement. Do you want to you want to get Flyers suck talk out of the way?
Yeah, let's just get out of the way. Well, I think in general, just watching this team, it's like, yeah, we cover a team that sucks, but this team not that much better. They might be better in the standings. They might have more wins, but this team sucks, dude. It's like if they're smart, they better be all in the Gavin McKenna race next year because I think they need a few more pieces there. They're not going anywhere at the moment, and I think it starts in net. The goaltending, woof, woof. Ivan Fedorov, how is this guy an NHL goaltender? He's terrible. He sucks. He gave up a touchdown and an extra point to the 2025 Blackhawks. His save percentage is .877. I think last year's Soderblom had a better save percentage than that.
Is that before? That's before this game, too.
Actually, it might be. You're right. I don't know. Does that take this game into account? Yeah, I don't know if it
probably
does.
Not.
Probably not. So it might be even worse than that. It might be, quite a bit worse after this game. But yeah, he's not good. And Earson's, he's a bit better, but he's not that much better. They really don't have a goalie there. It's a shame for them that he who must not be named got through some troubles there because now their goaltending future is kind of not looking so hot there.
That's always been the story though in Philly was like good teams, no goaltending.
Even back in 2010, we played them, right? They didn't really have a goalie then. It was like Michael Layton, Brian Boucher, and I forgot the third, Ray Emery. Yeah, they had like three goalies as a tandem. Although we kind of had a tandem that year too, but they never really had a goalie after. They had Bertie Perrant back in the day. They had that other guy, Ron Hextall, like Lindbergh, whatever his name was. They've had like three good goalies in their history. Pell Lindbergh, yeah. That's it. Like in the modern day, the 2000s, they have not had a goalie. Yeah,
it was like Breeze Galov. They went and got. It was that's like, right, dude, just. They went and tried Brian Elliott for a while. Like, dude, it's not a position. It's almost like a cursed position in the sport. It's like Philadelphia Flyers goaltender.
Ilya Brizgalov. It's only game. Why you have to be mad? I love that guy.
A few more Flyers stink points. I don't know, dude. They were close to it. Like they were a couple of points out of a playoff spot at one point this season, and
it's kind of shocking.
Yeah, but like it's also like Tortorella. He's gonna get his guys to play hard. Like they're gonna care, but like he demands a certain level from them. But like, dude, it's totally fallen apart on them. They're way more of a lottery team, which is probably where they should be, right?
Yeah, I would say so. For like where they're at right now, you're probably better off being a lottery team. Like you're not gonna make the playoffs in the squad, right? So what does being mediocre accomplish for you? It doesn't really accomplish anything. But Torts is a guy who's gonna drag probably more points and wins out of this team they probably deserve. But I think it's kind of starting to come back down to reality there. Yeah.
Like I pride myself on like knowing who NHL players are, but even like Ali Lixell and Rodrigo Abal's, world championship Latvian legend, like, I don't know, dude. Nick Delorier, I know who he is, but like
Igor Zamola, Emil Andre. Yeah, who are these? Like there's like four guys on this team I don't even recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's definitely a depth issue. Man.
I like Danny Briere. I like Keith Jones. So like they've got good management and a good, process, I think, but it'll be interesting to see what like the whole Tortorella situation ends up being, right? Like,
yeah, because I think he's a great coach, but is he the right coach for this team? I just don't really think so. I think he's meant for a contender.
They should be terrible. Yeah, they should be terrible next year.
Yeah.
Like if you're building it the right way, like go get Gavin McKenna. Like go, and then the outlook of this whole franchise changes. But it's like, can John Tortorella even coach a team that's in contention for Gavin McKenna? Like they'll shoot above expectations.
I don't think so.
Like, this is a bottom five team in the NHL, in my opinion.
That's the thing. I think there's going to be a lot of bad teams next year. Like, it's going to be a tight race. So yeah, it's like if you're having Torts coach this team, you're probably not going to be at the top of that race. So, and I don't think winning a few more games, we're not making the playoffs, really going to accomplish anything. So, especially the way they play. So yeah, I think Torts
they're a bottom five team in the NHL right now too.
Is that right? Yeah, but there's a big gap between them and obviously us and the Sharks. But we'll see if that's the case next year. But I mean, love Torts, great coach, but not really the right coach for this team, I don't think. Yeah.
A good point from Steve in the chat. Best thing going for Philly, for the Philly franchise is gritty.
Oh yeah, they definitely. I'm biased to Tommy Hawk, but they probably have the best mascot right now. I mean, at least the most popular mascot. I think he has more followers than some NHL teams. That's like how much of a hit he's been. So, yeah, they definitely got that going. They got the off ice stuff figured out, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like a franchise that, yeah, Gritty has 478,000 followers on Instagram. Holy cow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's more than a couple at the bottom. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, the Utah Hockey Club is 197,000.
Yeah,
So,
they just started. I'll give them a pass there. They have more than the defunct Coyotes, and that might be it. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I used to know all that stuff. Like I have an image of a head of where all the followers are at these teams and stuff. Yeah, I know the Hawks are second. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, but the Flyers are terrible. Like Fedotov,
yeah.
dude, and they are locked in. I thought it was 4.5 million. Puckpedia is telling me that it's only 3.28, but that doesn't seem right. I thought it was like in the fours or something.
That's still more than he should be making. Like if he's making that
Through
much,
next
then,
season.
yeah, then what's Soda's extension going to look like? Because I mean,
Oh.
he's not the best, but he probably should be making more than Fed. I don't really want to be making that much money, so I don't know. We'll see what that looks like. Yeah, huh.
Yeah. But yeah, the Flyers stink. They really truly stink. And good on the Hawks though, for like, like Spencer Knight gave up a couple of bad goals, especially in the first period, a couple that he probably should have had. And you go into the game, you go down 1-0 early, you go up 2-1 right away, bang bang plays, like really nice goals by Maroon and Veleno. And then, like, you blink, if you walked away from the television for a few minutes, like, you'd realize, like, the Hawks are down 3-2 again. And you're like, man, like, I thought this game was going to get away from them, just the way, I know pond hockey has been a sensitive term or subject.
This definitely felt like a pond hockey type of game.
Dude,
There's no structure, no defense. The goalies, both of them, weren't really there tonight. Knight maybe had the second goal was bad, like he should have had that one, but like a couple of them were deflections, and one of them I think was bad D coverage, but still not the best game for him, right? We were letting up 4 goals on
what was it, the
shots,
second
whatever.
one? Which one?
The second one was totally on him. Like there was no screen, no deflection, no tip. He just let it squeeze through. But the other ones I think were just kind of, tips, redirections, bad coverage by the defense. So he was definitely, I mean, he won the goalie battle, but there wasn't really much of a battle there. But yeah, this game, man, just crazy. I mean, how many times you see a 6-goal first period? Just an absolutely wild game. I mean, it was a fun game though. Like it's kind of refreshing to get games like this every now and then, especially after that boring Stews Fest we watched last night. It's fun to get an entertaining matinee afternoon game, which no, I'm not a fan of them, but I think when you got the home court advantage there, there's a little more energy in the building. The vibes are higher, and the Flyers are a team. I look at this matchup. It's like you're in this 7-game skid. You're back at home. It's like that's a game you want to take advantage of. So they did. About time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is like peak afternoon game. Like barn burner, bad defense, good vibes in there, like good like promo for the game, like best day ever. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to have a premier afternoon game, then you got to have something cool along with it. And that's a cool thing that they do. A lot of the teams do that now where it's like the next gen game or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, dude, but I totally thought the Hawks were toast after the 3-2 goal went in. I was like, man, like Knight can't stop a beach ball tonight. Then Bedard snipes one, and that was awesome. That was really good. He's feeling it right now. He's feeling good right now for sure.
Oh, you could see it, right? Multi-point game for him tonight. But yeah, that goal is a beauty right up the draw, top of the circle. They were just wearing it, right? Picked his spot. Nice shot. Use it more, Bedard. Good things happen when you put the puck on net. So plenty of confidence today, which you love to see. He's definitely looked a lot better lately. He's looked like himself, I think, the past week or so. So let's see that the rest of the year here. Got 11 games left. Let's go a point a game and get to, I don't know, high 60s, maybe 70 points. I think that's still realistic for him. That's not a bad second season for all the haters out there. So I think he's got his confidence back. He's got his swagger back. And let's see him end the season strong for sure. Yeah.
Somebody in chat is maybe new here, but the second Bedard scored, I knew we were going to win. I did not know that, especially
I actually felt better after that.
I did too.
The tides turned.
And then Mikheyev had the breakaway, and he just totally whiffed on it. I thought the defenseman might have gotten a stick on it, but
I don't think he did.
No, he just whiffed on the puck, and I was like, oh boy.
I will say, like, credit to the refs today for actually giving us power plays. Like, I feel like the last few games, you could argue there were some missed calls. We had 4 power plays today, and one of them was a 5-on-3. So it's like thank you for actually, calling it as it is. So I think that helped from that perspective. Flyers got a couple too, so you can't say it wasn't, fair. But it was nice to see that because especially the Blues game, like yesterday, like there were a couple where it's like, how did we not get a call there? So nice to get a few back for sure today. Yeah.
Yep. After the Bedard goal, I jokingly said Hawks lose, but Bedard goal. I won't lie, I thought that in my head too.
Yeah, I actually felt pretty good about it. It's like I know it's kind of back and forth there, but like I did think in general, like we had maybe we had the better game going there. So it's like it felt like the tides turned. It felt like Bedard got the momentum back on our side there. So it felt better too. Like I think when it went down 3-2, it was like here we go again. But it just kind of felt like one of these games where you're always in it, right? So yeah, I felt better after that. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted here. I have Ohio State, Wisconsin, women's national championship game on right now. Ohio State's up 3-2 on Wisconsin with 9:09 remaining in the third period. So
nice. There you go. Big women's hockey fan over there.
Yeah. I am a big women's hockey's hockey, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll admit I need to get more into it. Like I've watched a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, I need to get more into it. But
some of the players are really good, especially in this game. Like there are future Olympians on this team. Wisconsin's got like Caroline Harvey, Layla Edwards. Like those are some good hockey players.
I recognize a couple names from Chell there. Yeah, I always watching USA Canada play like the World Championships and stuff. And that's a great rivalry, the women's side of it. But seen a little bit of PWHL, not too much, a little bit of college. But yeah, need to get more into it. If Chicago gets a team, I'll definitely watch more. Random, but how about how about Joe Veleno finally getting his first goal as a Hawk today? I will say that may have been our best line, that Veleno, Bertuzzi, Kurashev line. Tyler Bertuzzi, 3-point game. I think he was the first star. So good to see. He's such a streaky player, man. I feel like every time I start slandering him, he figures it out. I think he's up to 40 points now, which is probably what you'd expect out of him. Maybe he could get to the 50-point range. It's where he wanted to be with that contract and all, and top 6 at the Hawks. But yeah, like when he's on, he's useful. It's just when he's off, he's really not. But no, good to see him get back going here. And hopefully, we'll see more of that the rest of the year here. And Veleno, too, I thought was first game I really noticed him. A lot of games been a ghost out there, and tonight he wasn't. So good to see for sure. Kurashev get a couple apples there. It's been a tough season for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting chirped by Mrs. Guy in the comments here.
Oh, that's right. Big Bertuzzi fan.
She is a big Bertuzzi fan.
Right.
And
he showed out. You know what? It was a nice goal, too. Like, a lot of Bertuzzi's goals are, like, just, like, tip-ins or, like, redirections, like, tap-ins. Like, that was a nice goal. Little forehand, backhand.
He got a lot on that backhand.
Yeah, like, I was surprised by that. Like, I didn't know he had that in him. So very nice for Bert. Let's just see it more often, right? I don't just want to be a one-off. Like, I mean, we're paying him top bucks, to be a top 6 guy in this team. It's like I want to see more of that type of production from him. So yeah, good stuff.
And Veleno, like nice for him to get one, like shoot one into the net. Like that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it was a nice. We wired that one too, so good to see. I think he got an assist later too. One of 7 Hawks at multi-point games today. So no, good to see the new guy get assimilated there, and yeah, for sure. Yeah. Also Pat Maroon too, after yesterday's game. I know he's definitely very emotional. Didn't get production there, but he had a few looks. But he did today. A nice unk connection there, Foligno to Maroon. So good to see him get a goal. Might be the last of his career there. I know he's got a few more games left here, but you never know at this stage. We've always scored 5 goals all year. You take your goals when you get them, right? So no, good to see from Maroon. Obviously, announced he's gonna retire after this season yesterday. So good to see him definitely get one more in the UC there. Yeah.
Yeah, and he got the assist, so he's up to 18 points. That's 18 points for him on the year.
And I think he's played 60 games too. Like that's not terrible production considering 4 flying minutes. I know I slammed him a lot in this show, but it's like, look, he plays the game the right way, does things the right way. His teammates appreciate him too, because like the Hawks put out a post yesterday, about his game there at St. Louis, his last game in his hometown. Like every Hawks player is reposting out their stories. Something I would notice on Instagram. Like I haven't really seen that about anything else this year. So you can tell the boys like him a lot. He's definitely a beloved figure in the locker room, and that's probably why he survived 840 games in this league, right? Not just what he provides there, but just off the ice too. Good mentor for the young guys, all that. Yeah.
Lev Shanov really wants to shoot one in the net.
It's funny. The Hawks got a 5-on-3. It's like they were intentionally trying to get him a goal. Like every time he was open, that they would feed it to him. But Dar was looking for him. Like he got quite a few looks. When he gets the puck, he shoots it. Like he's shooting mentality. One of these days, one's going to go. And I think he may have had a post or something in there too today. So he's gotten close a few times. It's going to come. I hope he gets it before the end of the year here. Let's get that first goal out of the way now. I'll be sure to see, they got a few more home games left. Do they keep him up here the rest of the season? I hope they do. I think he's looked good. Why not? And then you could go back to Rockford for the HL playoffs. But yeah, the boys definitely want to get him that first goal. It's coming. It's coming. Yeah.
That 5-on-3, they were just feeding it to him.
Oh yeah, no, it was, and they still scored it. Like I thought they were because they kept intentionally looking for him. So I thought
Yeah.
if you're the Flyers, like that should be pretty obvious, right? Just cover him. They're gonna go to him every time. But I think it opens up other lanes there. And Teravainen and Donato on the power play
Yep.
wasn't the first time they connected twice. It was basically the same goal twice. Those two were cooking today in the power play. Bedard got another point in there too. So good to see those two cook. I mean, I think we have 3 50-point guys, which is I think we have the same amount of 50-point guys as the Oilers do. So that's kind of a funny stat right there. Yeah.
Um, they were looking for him that whole time on the power play, and then it was almost like Teravainen was like, all right, like Donato's wide open. I'm going to hit him with this. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm going to hit him with this pass.
Yeah, 2 tap-ins for Donato. It's like the Flyers, just like the coverage, the diesel coverage was just terrible on their end. Like he was just left like in the Fedov had no answer too. It's like 2 easy goals for him. He's up at 25 this year. So I'll give Donato credit. I mean, look, after trade deadline, he's still producing here, but he still hasn't gotten that contract yet. At this point, it's like before the trade deadline, every time he scored, it was like, hell yeah, he's increasing his trade value. Now that we're keeping him, it's like, oh no, he's going to get more money here in the contract extension. So it's like, I'm still happy to see him produce, but it's like, man, 25 goals. What is that? 53, 54 points this year. Like, I don't know, man. Like, what's that contract going to look like, dude? Like, he could be our leading producer after Bedard and Tavo. So yeah, we'll see what that looks like. Cause I can't imagine that's our thing. If this team makes the right moves, I can't imagine he's going to be the top 6 again next year. He's probably going to be more of a middle 6, bottom 6 guy. But look, when you're putting up 50+ points, maybe not. Maybe that's just what he is now. Maybe this breakout lasts. I don't know. He probably regresses, but we'll see. Yeah.
I think the contract sort of is what it is. Like it's not. I mean, unless he scores 2 goals a game for every game the rest of the season, then maybe we're talking about a higher number. But I always think we've thought it's like the longer the term will lower, like a longer term will lower the cap hit for Donato, obviously. But if you're smart, you're probably going to keep it at around 2 years, maybe 3
years,
maybe 3. But like, I wouldn't go 3 years. Like he's looking like a $5 million a year player right now on average with the way the cap is going. With the way the cap is going, because that's how teams think of this. It's percentage of the cap. Like we're talking anywhere between $4 and $5 million. But if you're gonna lean on the higher end of that at 5, like you can't go more than. Like I'd be worried to go more than 2 years. I would. I really would.
Fair enough. Yeah, with this Hawks team, like the money doesn't really like we have the money. It's not really a big deal whether he's making 4 versus 5. It's a 2-year deal. Well, so I think you just got to get him extended though. That's the thing. It's not a guarantee, right? So got to get that done for sure. Yeah.
I disagree a little bit on the it doesn't matter. Like we have all this money. Like
I mean, yeah, you want to be reasonable about it, but
you want to be smart with it. You want to be
right.
Because that money can get snapped up like right away, and
if it's just for a couple of years, it's like but I understand your point.
A Bedard extension is going to kick in after next year, like
a lot of these other young guys too, and it's like you're going to be bringing in all these additions, so you would think.
Hopefully, you bring in a big free agent that's a big ticket,
So you got to be smart with it, for sure, But we got to extend them though. It's like I want to lose them for nothing if we didn't trade them. So
no, that's true too. That's true too.
And good to see the Hawks power play. I mean, they went 2 for 4 today. It's like 50%. It's like good things happen when you actually draw those penalties, right? You possess the play. Actually outshot the Flyers today. I think they outshot the Blues yesterday too, though. Consecutive games have outshot other team. I don't know if that's ever happened this season, but like you're going to get more power plays and you have the puck more. You're getting more chances, more possessions. So good things happen. It's a shame too because our power play's been so good this season, but like I think we're like near the bottom of the league in terms of actual power plays generated, like the discrepancies between penalties we've taken and penalties we drawed. So it's like if we could just get more power plays, man, like we cook because like our power play's up there. I think it's like top 10 now. So it's been top 10 all season. So it just goes to show how bad or even strength play has been that we're a bottom 2 team because both our special teams have been fantastic. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Power play's been really good. Penalty kill has been really good.
Yeah. 2 for 2 tonight too. Yeah.
So I'm trying to think here. I only have like a couple of points. They're kind of like fun, meaningless points. One thing that isn't, but 6 guys had multi-point games going into the third period. Ended up being 7 with Pat Maroon getting the assist on the Reichel goal. Nice to see Reichel put one in the net too. But
that was a beauty. That was a really nice goal there.
Yeah.
Kind of like faked out Fedotov out of the crease. He's swimming there, playing in off the skate, the defenseman. So good to see him get on the board for sure. I think he's been playing well. So good to see him get rewarded for it. He's been probably won't change. I think he'll probably still be the 4C all year, but good to see him get a goal there. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. I have a couple of funny points. So for those of you that are local, and by local I mean like north side Chicago, free Chick-fil-A breakfast because the Hawks scored a first period goal at home. I wanted to make a mention of that every single time it happened, but I always forget. So free Chick-fil-A breakfast for those who participate in such occasions tomorrow.
Well, I know you'll be participating in that. I saw that in person. Yeah.
I will be 100% because hey, free sandwich when the Hawks score a first period goal at home. The other funny, goofy thing I had here, Darren Pang, I think it was second period, was talking about Anders Sorensen being a part of Team Sweden staff for the World Championships.
Yeah,
which are in Sweden this year. They're
No
in
way.
Sweden and Denmark. So
You think they want him helming the bench there?
I laughed out loud when I heard that.
Yes, do it, Sweden. That's a good decision. Do it. I'm saying it from the ops perspective, right? If you want to win in your home country, which last year Czechia won, it was hosted in Czechia. But if you have Sorensen helming that team, I don't care how many good Swedish NHL players you send over there, you're not winning. He's not the coach, so I imagine they have better options there. I know he's the only NHL coach, but he's interim. Like, doesn't even really count, honestly. So, yeah, no. Why would you do that if you're Sweden? Makes no sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I didn't really have much else from this game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, our 7 Hawks goal is the most we scored all season. We've had 6 a few times. We've never converted the extra points. So good to get 7 here, get a touchdown. Yeah, I think I mentioned that already, but just good to get a W too for Ben Johnson, right? Show him that Chicago sports. And we're really growing a winning culture here. I know things have sucked the last few years, but yeah, you're really walking into a good situation here. Hopefully it's not the cycle not repeating itself here, but yeah, we need to find our Ben Johnson. That was my main takeaway. It's like, great to see him there for the Bears, but Hawks got to get our guy because Sorensen's not it. So hopefully we get our version of that, whether it's David Carr, whoever it is. Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, I mean, Hawks get a couple of days off here. I think they don't play next till Wednesday. I think it's against the Devils. So I think that's another home game. They've had a lot of home games here, so let's take advantage.
5-game homestand. Right? I heard.
Yeah, take advantage of it. Right, go on a little run here. Keep these good vibes going because I think after that, I think the rest of the games are pretty much away after that in April. So let's take advantage of this. Yeah, and let's get a couple more wins here. Yeah, good game today.
Yeah, this is definitely not I mean, you got the win today. It is a 5-game homestand. Tonight was the first one. Today was the first one. You got Devils, Golden Knights, Club, and Avalanche. The rest
you mentioned the Club. How about that? This is our first win since that Utah OT game 2 weeks ago. 16 days ago, and Betsy scored the OT winner. That's the last time the Hawks won a game before today, and that was at the UC too. So pretty crazy there. So yeah, let's get a few more here.
After this, yeah. Oh no, you first.
Yeah, I think it's 21 wins here, 51 points. I think last year we had 23, 52. So yeah, let's at least we have 11 games to improve on last season and get better, in the words of Kyle Davidson, but not really the way we thought. But I also love too, the Sharks finally win a game too, and that's when we start winning again. So that's just how it always goes with them. They're always a step ahead of us there, but I don't think that's really a bad thing though. They can take that first pick, and because I think we could still get our guy there too. So I'm not really worried about the tank now. I just want to see a positive end to this season. Yeah.
Yeah, Hawks 5-game homestand, and then 2 of their final 7 games are at home. So,
okay,
that's going to be, yeah, they have the Penguins at home, and then they have the Winnipeg Jets at home April 12th. That is their last home game of the season. All right, that's it from us. Good show tomorrow. We've got Jack Skilly, former Blackhawk, joining us in the NHL hour of the show. And then one of Sportsnet's top writers, Luke Fox, will join us in the NHL hour of tomorrow's show. So very, very good program lined up for you guys. I'm going to start getting to work on it now, just like prepping and getting ready and, making sure the show's good. And, yeah, that should be a ton of fun. First former Hawk on the show, too.
That's great. I'm glad the Hawks won today too. So it'd be kind of a depressing show tomorrow if we're 8-game losing streak, lost both the weekend. But good to get that done with. And yeah, first former Hawk on the show, making history there. So looking forward to that. Yeah, that'll be nice.
I'm kind of interested what he's going to say about the team.
Yeah, I think there's quite a few interesting questions we could ask there. So he was kind of around that era. There's a lot of rise and fall. He's kind of in between that. So a lot of good things we could ask him. Yeah.
All right, that is it from us. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please, please, please tell your friend to do so. Hit the thumbs up on this video if you are watching with us right now, or even if you're watching it later, hit the thumbs up. Follow us on Instagram at Chicago Hockey Radio. Tell a friend to follow us. Share it with your friends. Share our posts on your stories. You know, we're doing a lot of fun and engaging posts. So, you know, keep up with us. Leave a 5-star rating and review, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can leave a comment with your 5-star rating on Apple. Helps us out a lot. It's very, very fun. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you to the Blackhawks for actually winning a hockey game for the first time in almost 3 weeks. And
I have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off there, but I'm so happy I got this post game and Lee got stuck with the game yesterday. That worked out perfectly, I just want to say. So yeah, just had to get that in there. But yeah. No, we thank you for being with us. Thank you for your support, and I'll let you finish off there.
No, that's it. Subscribe, follow, leave a rating, and we will see everybody tomorrow. Show with Jack Skilly and Luke Fox from Sportsnet tomorrow. Should be a good one. See everybody then.